Guys, we're getting into the top 10, and this is just getting more difficult for me. Before I filmed this, I actually just switched this up like a 5th time, so this is some difficult times for me, giving you my top 10. But I think I've got it, and we're going to show you, so let's get started. Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Zach with Zach's Books, and today I have got for you the first half of my top 10 favorite Stephen King novels. Books 10 through 6. I have changed this list so much in the past couple days. Oh my goodness. The other ones have been set almost perfect to stone. I'm currently reading one that unfortunately would break my top 20, but once I've read them all, we'll reconfigure the list. But 1 through 5 is set, and it's been set for a while. But 6 through 10 has been just a jumble mess, and I think I finally have got it. And I'm going to probably get some controversy with one I have in here, because it's one that not a lot of people talk about. So let's get into it. Woo! Alright, coming in at number 10, which a lot of people would put this higher, but for me, I'll just show you what it is. The Stand, the complete and uncut edition. This is a behemoth of a book. It's a monster. It makes other books look not like a book. It makes it look like a novella. Like, it makes the next book look like it'd be a novella, not an actual book. This book is massive enough to the point where it's separated into 3 books. Captain Trips, which is the disease that goes around and kills everybody, On the Border, and The Stand. So, oh goodness, this book took a while to read. But once I was finished, I was like, alright, anything else is going to be a little easier. Except Insomnia. Talk about that book. But I enjoyed the story, I enjoyed the plot and everything, but book 2 just was too long. It really dragged on in the middle of it. I really enjoy, like I said, the story is amazing, and I really like how he was able to make this into such a massive book, but like I said, at some points it just felt too long, and I won't say not necessary, but it didn't really seem to need to be there. Otherwise, this book was solid, and it got a 5-star rating from me. Any other ones, if I don't mention the star rating, we'll have the Goodreads listed down below, so don't forget to check that out. We'll also have these books listed down below, so if you want to take a look at them yourselves, purchase them. Good luck finding the hardcover editions of some of these, because I struggled like crazy. So, but yeah. Anyway, back on topic. But yeah, The Stand comes in at number 10 for me. Really big book, but it was good. And I do recommend it, but just be cautious that it gets a little draggish in the middle, and it is also over like 1,200 pages. So enjoy it. Coming in at number 9, before I started this video, I said I kind of did a few shuffles. This was number 6 before I sat down and finally said, alright, this is my list. So the ones that come after this, just know that they're really good to me. But coming in at number 9 is Misery. This was number 6 before, but the other 3 just are, in my opinion, are better. This is a really good book. I'm pretty sure I give it 5 stars. Again, Goodreads down below. There's just the little interludes, like the little mixture things of him writing the book for Annie Wilkes that get included into it that I felt didn't need to be there. I just want to know what's going on with Paul Sheldon. I want to know what's going on with the guy who's captive in this crazy lady's house. I don't care about the story he's writing for her. And the fact that it does it every now and again is just, it throws off the story. And just like how Wizard and Glass threw off the entire Gunslinger series for me. I just felt it was not necessary, and that's why after like long consideration, super long consideration, this got pushed back to number 9 for me. It's just that middle section, I just can't get over it. And I know some people really enjoy it. So when I do my rereads of all these, maybe I'll find some place in my heart to put it back at number 6. Maybe it'll get lowered. I don't know. But as of right now, Misery is falling in at number 9. It's really good though, but these next 3, they wowed me a lot. And I wasn't even considering putting them in to begin with, but then you'll see what I'm talking about. These next 3 are really solid books. But yeah, Misery, number 9. Recommend it. Give it a read. Coming in at number 8 is not only a cover I was excited to finally get, it's also a really good book in general, and that is The Dark Tower 2, The Drawing of the Three. This is when you meet the quartet of Roland the Gunslinger. Eddie comes into play. Jake was in play in the first book, but then he died. And then he told the Roland, like, there are many worlds out there. And Roland's like, okay. And then Jake eventually comes back. I don't remember if it's in Wastelands or this one. I think it's Wastelands. And then Susanna comes into play into this as well as the lady in the wheelchair. She's got like 2 personas. One like really racist lady, and the other one she's just like a calm, nicer woman who like doesn't really like know what's going on. But the gunslinger finds these doors that are labeled with different names on it. The prisoner, the pusher, and there's another one. I can't remember what the third one is. But he goes into these different worlds and different times in the world. I think Eddie is from like earlier in New York, and Susanna's a little sooner. Which eventually Eddie and Susanna end up actually being a couple, I think, towards the end of the book. But they got to get like through the racial one first, because like I said, there's 2 Susannas in there. And I really like this book because, like I said, you meet the whole rest of the group, and then the journey like starts with, you know, at the end it's like, all right, we gotta go to the tower, let's go. Then Wasteland starts, and I already talked about Wastelands. That was number, I think, 16, and I really liked it, and I really recommend the Dark Tower series as a whole. I think this one also got 5 stars. But yeah, The Drawing of the Three, this cover's really sick too. I really like it. There is another hardcover version of this, besides the Viking one. There is another Grant one. I don't have it, but maybe one day. We'll see. It took me forever to get this one, so. But yeah, Drawing of the Three coming in at number 8. The next 2 are more recent reads, but that didn't sway it into pushing it higher up in the list. More and more as I thought about it, these next 2 just like were just really good books. Number 7 is one that I feel like is not talked about as much. I don't know if it's because of the size of the book or what. But coming in at number 7, Desperation. This was a really good book, which it's kind of funny because The Regulators was one of my least favorite books. And Desperation's like a playoff of that. I forget which one was technically published first, but Regulators was done by Bachman, which is still Stephen King, but he put it under Bachman. And Desperation was Stephen King. The depiction of the police officer, I'm going to botch this again. Kali and Tragan, I cannot figure out how to say it. And I heard the narrator say it numerous times in the book, and I still couldn't pick up what the heck he was saying. But the police officer was a really cool character in the book, and I really enjoyed his just presence and being there. And I've seen the movie, and the book the movie was pretty darn close to the book, and this is a really thick book. And as you can see, obviously it's not The Stand, but it is, I still think, 800, 900 pages, something like that. But I really do recommend this book. I gave it 4 stars. It might have been 5. Goodreads down below. But it was like a surprise for me. Because I knew it was a thick book. I don't even know why I picked to read it. I think I just was like, you know what? I'm just going to read Desperation. Why not? Just let's go. And I did, and I really liked it. As you can see, it's number 7 in my top 20 favorite Stephen King books I've read so far. So I highly recommend it. Give it a read. Now that I've read this, I feel like I could reread Regulators and get a better understanding of what the heck was going on in that book. Because at first I had no idea. But now that I've read this, I get a better generalization of who Tak is, or Tak, that evil entity that takes over Intrajan, whatever. And like the spirit kind of jumps from like one host to a next. So once Kali's body kind of starts like disintegrating, deteriorating, or like getting worn out, it just goes into another body. And I thought that was a pretty cool concept. And the writer, who like is like kind of like a douchebag, ends up being like a big like hero at the end, which stays true to the movie. Ron Perlman, anytime they were talking about Kali and Trajan, the police officer, I just pictured Ron Perlman because that's who played him in the movie. Ron Perlman's a big dude, and it was fun just picturing him as this person. But yeah, Desperation was a really surprising book for me. I did not expect it to be as good as it was. So, number 7, Desperation. Alright, so coming in at number 6, closing out the last book in this section of Top 20, is the first and only short story collection in the Top 20. And that is Different Seasons. Wow, this book was really good. If you got rid of Apt Pupil, this would have probably cracked my top 5. But because of Apt Pupil, it sits outside the top 5. And I know a lot of people really liked Apt Pupil. I didn't enjoy it as much as you would think. It was, I think, the second story in this, and it ranked last. I actually liked the breathing method more, which was weird, because I didn't expect to really like it that much. But I don't know. Apt Pupil came in 4th for me in this book. But I don't think it's the first two, but The Shawshank Redemption and The Body were magnificent books. I loved both of them. And I'm actually excited because this year, Rita Hayworth and The Shawshank Redemption is going to be coming out in its own separate paperback, like The Body, The Mist, 1922, and all those other ones that have been coming separate. And I'm excited to get my hands on that. Birthday's in November. But overall, I think this was like a 4.25 between all 4 stories. Goodreads again. Check it out. But I really liked it. And the untalked about book, The Breathing Method, was actually pretty solid. It's a pregnant lady, and this doctor is like kind of going through like something called like a breathing method, and she's doing it, and something happens to her like during the pregnancy, and like it's weird. We'll post the video up above for the reading vlog. But Different Seasons, it was a really good book. I really liked it, and I recommend all 4 stories. And if you liked Apt Pupil, tell me what got you hooked on it. Let me know in the comments down below, because I don't know. I just didn't get into it as much as I thought I was going to. So if I'm missing something obvious that makes it a really good book, call me out on it. Let me know down below. But otherwise, number 6, Different Seasons. Alright guys, so this was books 10 through 6 on my top 20 Stephen King list. Let me know which ones you thought were your favorites on this list that I had. Let me know in the comments down below. Otherwise, coming up soon, we're going to be having the top 5. This is it, guys. We're in the home stretch. The last 5, you're going to see them. I don't know when. Maybe we'll get it posted within the next few days or a week or so. We'll find out. But Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Later.